The local health minister says 11 people were wounded. Another official.
Good morning, everybody. Today it is February. Can we fix that? February 22nd, 2026. Today's the last day of the Olympics. Today is also the day before a blizzard. Apparently 20 inches, up to 20 inches possible. Speaking of the Olympics, USA versus Canada in men's hockey today at 8 o'clock or so. That should be a fun match. That's the gold medal match. Norway has won the Olympics. So we'll talk about that on the show today. 508-822-1106 is the number to call. 508-822-1106 is the number to call. I am Joey Driscoll. Today is the 22nd of February, 2026. Middleboro in review, coming up in just a couple of minutes.
By tearing back clean air and water rules. Toxic emissions from coal and oil-fired plants can harm the brain development of young children and contribute to heart attacks and other problems in adults. The plants are also a major source of greenhouse gas emissions that drive climate change. The EPA announced the repeal of the Titan mercury and air toxic standards rule at a massive coal plant next to the Ohio River in Louisville, Kentucky. Bill Alexander, Washington.
Congressman Chip Roy cautions promoting Islam.
You've got a political ideological movement that is very clearly a part of the Islamist network, right? The Muslim Brotherhood. A lot of people that are trying to push that, not just as a religious doctrine or faith, but as a political movement and ideology. We're seeing it unfold in Europe, and it's happening here in the United States.
Breaking news and analysis at townhall.com. An investigation is underway into the unauthorized sterilization of thousands of women. Savannah Peters has more.
In the 1970s, the Federal Indian Health Service sterilized thousands of women without their full consent. Now, the state of New Mexico is set to investigate that troubling history. State legislators launched a fact-finding probe that they hope will give voice to victims of forced and coerced sterilization. New Mexico's commission will gather information and testimony and report its findings by the end of next year. I'm Savannah Peters.
Thousands of nurses at a major New York hospital system have approved a new contract voting to end the strike more than a month old. The nurses union announced the vote results yesterday. More than 4,000 nurses in the privately run network and New York Presbyterian system have been on strike since January 12th, now starting to work in the coming week. More on these stories at townhall.com. I'm Ron Taylor.
The opinions expressed on this program are those of the host and do not express the views of WVDF ownership or Hometown Talk Radio. Content aired on all programs are those of the host and their guests.
No, that is not what I want. I want 270.
I mean, what's happening in Middleboro and surrounding towns? It's time for the Middleboro Week in Review with your host, Joey Driscoll. Stay tuned for news, Middleboro news, here on AM 1530 WBBF. Hey, Joey, what's happening?
"23 years ago, in a little club where literally everybody knew your name, heaven gained 100 angels. The station nightclub was the spot, and it was the show of a lifetime to many who were there. You could hear the excitement in the voices of the crowd as Great White began to play, but how quickly those yells of joy turned into screams of pain. Brothers and sisters, sons and daughters, mothers, fathers, gone in a matter of minutes. When pyrotechnics were set off during the opening number, the sparks unexpectedly ignited foam used for soundproofing the ceiling of the club. Those flames spread quickly, engulfing the club and claiming the lives of many of those trying to escape. Between the mix of the toxic smoke, the mass rush for the main exit, and the heat from the flames, 100 people died and 230 people were hurt. 132 patrons escaped physically unharmed but emotionally crippled for the rest of their lives. This fire was the fourth deadliest fire in a nightclub in United States history. New codes have since been put into place to try to prevent a terrible accident like this from happening again. Sprinkler system requirements have tightened, and additional exit requirements for clubs also have been changed since this tragedy. We will never know the true magnitude of the loss of those lives. Many who perished who could have gone on to do significant things or make great changes in the world. That will never be known. But what we do know is that tonight we hug our loved ones a little longer. We stop and smell the roses instead of just passing them by. We cherish the lives we have in the memory of the lives we lost. I am Joey Driscoll. Today is February 22nd, 2026. That was a read of the about the station nightclub fire that happened on February 20th, 2003. Again, I'm Joey Driscoll, and welcome to Middleboro in Review. Today is the day before apparently a blizzard is going to take place. This kind of came out of nowhere, I think, when it comes to weather reports. Really didn't start being talked about, I think, until Thursday that people started to talk about it. But we could get anywhere from a foot of snow to 20 inches of snow. And this will be a blizzard. Apparently, there will be blizzard conditions, whiteout conditions. We'll talk about the weather in just a second. We are going to start off with our Today in Histories for today. Today is, again, February 22nd, 2026. And if I can get the correct date up, there we go. We're going to do our Today in Histories. Then we'll do our weather, and we'll kind of go into detail about what's going on with the weather here, because it is definitely interesting how this very quickly came together, this potential blizzard we're going to get, and the snow totals as well. I was looking at the snow. I was looking at the weather reports over the weekend, and I just saw every single weather report. As every single weather report happened, the snow totals went up. So, yeah, not good. But we will give you some details here in just a minute about what we got going on with that. And, of course, all of our other weather reports that we do here on Middleboro Review. 508-822-1106 is the number, by the way, if you want to call in. We have open phone lines today. Dawn will be joining us momentarily, so stay tuned for that. But let's do our Today in Histories. 1847, the Mexican-American War, the Battle of Buena Vista. 5,000 American troops defeat 15,000 Mexican troops. 1862, during the American Civil War, Jefferson Davis, he is officially inaugurated for a 6-year term as the President of the Confederate States of America. He would not get through that 6-year term as the war would end in 1865. But he was originally inaugurated as a provincial president on February 18th, 1861. 1889, President Grover Cleveland, he signs a bill admitting North Dakota, South Dakota, and Montana and Washington as U.S. states on this day, 1889. On this day in 1944, during World War II, American aircraft, they mistakenly bombed the Dutch towns of Nijmegen, Arnhem, and Enschede and Deventer, resulting in 800 dead in Nijmegen alone. We also, in the past, have talked about the U.S. as well, in those areas, having a lot of issues in those areas as well, and losing battles in those areas. 1980, the Miracle on Ice takes place in Lake Placid, New York. The United States team defeats the Soviet Union hockey team 4-3. And on this day in 2022, Tuesday, the name given to Tuesday, February 22nd, 2022 at 2:22:22 occurs. Birthdays on this day. George Washington, his birthday is today. We celebrate President's Day. We celebrated it a couple of days ago. That used to be Washington's, Washington's birthday that we celebrated, but we celebrate President's Day now, encompassing all the presidents. But his birthday is today, Washington, George Washington, 1732, American general and politician, of course, the first president of the United States. 1819, James Russell Lowell, an American poet and critic, and I believe also a Massachusetts resident. Yes, he is. He is from Cambridge, also passing away in Cambridge in August of 1891. 1881, Joseph P. Ely, American lawyer and politician. He was the 52nd governor of the state of Massachusetts. 1888, Owen Brewster, American captain and politician, the 54th governor of the state of Maine. Next, we have, born in the state 1928, Paul Dooley. Was in many different things here. He was on the PBS show Electric Company, as well as 16 Candles, Popeye as well. He was in that. Born in the state in 1958, Dave Spitz, American bass player and songwriter as well. Born in the state in 1958. 1961, Akira Takasaki. Takasaki. I'm sorry about that. Trying to pronounce that correctly. Takasaki. He is a Japanese guitarist, songwriter, and producer of the band Loudness. 1962, Steve Irwin, Australian zoologist and television host. Passing away on this day in 1987, Andy Warhol, American painter and photographer. And passing away on this day 2 years ago today, John Lowe, English musician, pianist for the band The Quarrymen. The Quarrymen went on to be the Beatles. All right, we are at 7:18 a.m. Let's take our first commercial break right now. When we come back, we will have our weather. We'll spend a couple minutes on the weather today because it's very important. We have a lot going on this weekend. I mean, the end of this weekend and heading into this week with the weather. A pretty significant snowstorm coming our way starting tonight and into tomorrow. All right, let's take our first commercial break and we'll be right back. This is Middleboro Review. I'm Joey Driscoll. And this is WVBF 1530 AM 99.7 FM. We'll be right back. Okay, where's my thing here? Okay, we're not Plainsburg Street. I gotta get rid of that on the log. 346. 152.
Especially the roof, lights, and windows. Snow left on your roof can slide onto your windshield or fly off and endanger other drivers. Make sure your windshield is fully defrosted so you have a clear view of the road. Clear headlights, taillights, and mirrors so others can see you. A few minutes of prep can prevent crashes and injuries. A reminder from the Rainham Police Department and your friends at your hometown radio station, WBBM.
The Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association is an association of combat veterans from all branches of the United States Armed Forces who ride motorcycles as a hobby. Our mission is to support those who have defended our country and freedoms. Our focus is to help veteran care facilities provide a warm meal, clothing, shelter, and guidance, or simply to say thank you and welcome home. We have members from nearly all 50 states and living abroad. Many members continue to serve in our armed forces, with several serving in combat areas now. We sponsor and or participate in many motorcycle-related charity events each year, and as a nonprofit organization, donate to various veteran care facilities and veteran charities. To learn more about the Combat Veteran Motorcycle Association and how you can join or support, please visit cvma2-2.org.
Come on, there you go. All right. And good morning. We are back here on Middleboro in review. Today is the 22nd of February, 2026. It's the final day of the Olympics. Later on, I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the big events happening today. The closing ceremony will be on later on today as well. Norway has won the Olympics. The U.S., there's only 4 events left, and Norway has I think 8 medal count lead, gold medal count lead. The U.S. cannot catch up. The U.S. is in second place. They are not going to be able to catch up. There's not enough events. Norway has won the 2026 Winter Olympics. So congratulations there, Norway. We'll give the final, normally the final medal count, but we'll give the medal count on the show today as well. We'll talk about the big event everyone's talking about, which is going to be coming up, I think, at the top of this hour, 8 o'clock, I believe, or 8:10, somewhere around there. And that is the gold medal match between the U.S. and Canada in men's hockey. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. But let's go to our weather. 27 degrees in Taunton, high of 37 today. Pretty nice temperature-wise. A little cold, but, pretty nice. It's not, 2 degrees. So that helps. 37 degrees today, low of 26 tonight. Again, the low temperatures are not that low, which is a good thing. They will be low a little bit coming out of this storm on Tuesday. We'll get to that. The blizzard warning. We have a blizzard warning that will be in effect as of 4 p.m. this afternoon. Blizzard conditions are expected. Total snow accumulation between 1 and 2 feet. Gusts up to 70 miles per hour for portions of eastern, northeastern, and southeastern Massachusetts and the entirety of Rhode Island. From 4 p.m. this afternoon, as when this blizzard warning goes into effect, and it lasts all the way up this morning until 7 a.m. on Tuesday. The snow doesn't really get underway until later on this evening. Impacts visibility may drop below 1/4 of a mile due to falling and blowing snow. The strong winds and weight of snow on tree limbs, they may down power lines, so we can see power outages sporadically. Whiteout conditions are expected and will make travel pretty much impossible, and very treacherous, very much impossible and treacherous, and also life-threatening as well. Area of blowing snow could significantly reduce visibility. The hazards conditions that could also impact the Monday morning evening commutes. Very strong winds could cause tree damage. So definitely make sure you are prepared by the end of the day today when it comes to this snowstorm, because tomorrow is going to be very, very difficult when it comes to snow totals and even sporadic power outages. So be very, very careful tomorrow. It should end by the end of the day Monday. I think I saw 8 o'clock, 8 p.m. is when the snow should taper off. 8 p.m. tomorrow night. So it should be out of there by the end of the day, by late Monday, and Tuesday is when the cleanup will probably start for Monday night, and into Tuesday is probably where the cleanup will start there for this snowstorm. But again, could expect 1 to 2 feet, anywhere in between that, 1 to 2 feet with this snowstorm. But after the snowstorm, you're going to see some cold temperatures. Not as cold as coming out of this last snowstorm, but still pretty unpleasant, especially at night. 31 degrees on Tuesday with a low of 12. And on Wednesday, could see more snow, apparently. 80% chance of snow on Wednesday with a high of 38 and a low of 9. And on Thursday, same thing. A pretty significant chance of snow, 60% chance of snow with a high of 41 and a low of 28. Those might be those are probably from another. I've been hearing about another storm that could be coming in, a much weaker one. That's probably what that is from. It could be getting additional accumulation. I'm not sure how much, but I think there's a weaker storm coming in after this one as well, unfortunately. But a high of 44 on Friday with a low of 26 in Taunton on Friday night, and an 80% chance of a mix as well before we clear off finally on Saturday, high of 46 and a low of 22. When we get into the 50s and the weekend next weekend, 50 degrees, cloudy skies, a low of 30 in Taunton. So there you go. Middleboro, pretty much the same thing. I won't repeat a lot of what I said there. They're also under a blizzard warning in Middleboro. High of 37 today. Currently 26 degrees. Low of 25 tonight. Cloudy throughout the day today. You're not going to see the sun at all, unfortunately. It looks like the snow will begin tonight as well in Middleboro. 32 tomorrow with a low of 24. So again, the temperatures aren't that bad when it comes to this storm compared to the last storm that we had. But again, the low temperatures are going to be pretty significant on Tuesday and on Wednesday. Low of 13 on Tuesday with a high of 32 and clear skies. And on Wednesday, 38 with a low of 10. Again, the snow might be coming in as well on Wednesday and Thursday in Middleboro. Okay. Driscoll, Texas. It is 47 degrees. Very cold. That's unfortunate there for Texas as it continues to be cold. The wind gusts up to 32 miles per hour, making it feel like 31 today. 31. And there's also a red flag warning in effect. So that is unfortunate as well for Bristol, Texas. Again, a lot of wind going on, so making the temperatures gusts up to 32 miles per hour. So that's making the temperature feel like 31. 31 in late February in Driscoll, Texas. Wow. 70 today, though, and we'll go up to 70 with a low of 46. Tomorrow through Sunday, clear skies, and you're going to see temperatures get into the 90s by midweek. So temperatures recover quite a bit after this weekend. Driscoll, North Dakota, -4. I'm going to repeat that again. -4 degrees in Driscoll, North Dakota. Feels like it's -10. High of 11 today with a low of -4. Cloudy conditions. Wind gusts up to 12 miles per hour, making the temperature feel like -10. And tomorrow, clear skies, high of 29 and a low of 0. And in Holiday, Florida, severe weather watch, a fire weather watch in effect. These conditions are expected around 9 a.m. Monday. Additional alert, also severe weather advisory in effect for Holiday, Florida as well. Hazy skies right now, a 68-degree temperature, high of 70, low of 51, and possible thunderstorms today. Again, about 60% chance there. Windy tomorrow, high of 52, low of 46. So the temperatures are going to struggle to get into the mid-50s. And Tuesday, high of 56, low of 40, and clear skies. That is your weather. It is 7:31. Let's take our news break, and we will be right back. You're listening to Middleboro in Review.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Michael Herrick. Emergency officials in New York City, New Jersey, Boston, and other communities along the Upper East Coast are rushing to prepare for an intense winter storm forecast to arrive later today and tonight. The National Weather Service has increased its assessment of the potential severity of the storm. Just days ago, it was anticipated to be relatively mild. Now, some places up north could get 2 feet of snow. A former Obama advisor issues a bizarre vow if Democrats take back power.
Susan Rice warned that a future Democratic administration will seek to hold accountable corporations, institutions, and elites who supported Donald Trump. Rice emphasized that there will be, in her words, no forgive and forget approach. She signaled subpoenas and an accountability agenda targeting perceived allies of Donald Trump. By the report.
Rice also
Yeah.
warned organizations to preserve documents.
The same thing people are blaming Trump on doing right now. The Democrats are going to do? Great. That sounds so great. That's ridiculous.
By contrast, Florida seems to be considering
Okay.
property tax.
Florida property taxes are generally lower than the national average, with homeowners paying approximately 0.75% of their property assessed value. Recently, proposals have been introduced in the Florida House to eliminate property taxes on primary residences. Economist Steve Moore with the Unleash Prosperity Hotline says, quote, "This is the difference between red state and blue state America in a nutshell," unquote. Ron Taylor reporting.
All right.
JP Morgan Chase now admits it did close President.
Coming up next is the Winter Olympic update, our final Winter Olympic update, as it ends this afternoon. Again, as I mentioned, Norway has won the Olympics. The United States can't catch up, unfortunately. So congratulations to Norway. But the one big event that everyone's going to be probably tuning into at the top of this hour, I believe it starts, is Canada versus U.S. men's hockey gold medal match. So that should be a fun one. We'll talk about that. And we'll have some local news stuff to talk about too. 508-822-1106 is the number to call. If you want to call in, talk about what is on your mind this morning. We'll be back on the air in just a couple of minutes.
If you want to stay focused during demanding tasks, keep your memory strong, maintain mental energy for whatever's ahead, Think Factor is for you. Call 800-4RELIEF, 800, the number 4RELIEF, or visit relieffactor.com to learn more and order Think Factor. Your first bottle is just $19.95. Think Factor. Think clearer, perform better daily. Call 800-4RELIEF or visit relieffactor.com for Think Factor.
Lawyers for imprisoned British socialite Ghislaine Maxwell are fighting the requested release of 90,000 pages related to Jeffrey Epstein. Says the law used to force the recent public release of millions of documents is actually unconstitutional. The lawyers have filed papers in Manhattan federal court trying to block the release of documents from a since-settled civil defamation lawsuit brought by late Epstein victim Virginia Giuffre against Maxwell. The lawyers say the Epstein Files Transparency Act passed by Congress in December is not valid. Legal experts say a criminal investigation announced into whether negligence played a role in a deadly California avalanche could hinge on key decisions by guides leading to the ill-fated ski trip. Pivotal moments may include the choice to embark on the backcountry trip at a time of heightened avalanche risk, followed by Tuesday's decision to ski out after avalanche conditions had worsened. 8 people were killed and 9th was missing and presumed dead. This is townhall.com. The Chicago Bears may be heading over to Indiana.
The Bears appear closer to relocating from Soldier Field to a new stadium in Hammond, Indiana, after frustrations over delays and legislative inaction in Illinois. Indiana officials, led by Governor Mike Braun, have fast-tracked plans and legislation to secure the NFL team, positioning the state as a pro-growth alternative to Illinois' political gridlock.
That's Keith Peters reporting. Bill Mazeroski has passed away. He was a Hall of Fame second baseman who won 8 Gold Glove awards for his steady work in the field and the hearts of countless Pittsburgh Pirates fans with that historic walk-off home run in Game 7 of the 1960 World Series. Mazeroski was 89. The Pirates owner, Bob Nuttig, says that Mazeroski was, quote, one of a kind, a true Pirates legend. The team retired his jersey in 1987. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Okay. It's 10 a.m. And we're back. So turn down the bumper music. It is 7:37 a.m. here. And we are going to switch gears and do some sports here. We're going to talk about the Olympics, the final Winter Olympics medal count update. Excuse me, the Olympics end today, this afternoon they end. And a couple of more big matchups here. A couple of more big events happening this morning for the Winter Olympics. Norway has won the Olympics. Norway has won the Olympics. They have 18 gold medals. They have 7 gold medals more than the United States. There are only, I think, 4 events left, which means the United States will not be able to catch up. And Norway has won the Olympics. Norway has 18 gold medals, 12 silver, 11 bronze, 41 total for them. 32 total for the United States. 11 gold medals, 12 silver, 9 bronze for 32. and the Netherlands is in third. 10 gold medals, 7 silver, 3 bronze for 20 gold, for 20 medals in total there for the Netherlands. And Italy, the host country, finished fourth with 10 gold medals, 6 silver, 14 bronze, 30 medals in total. Germany rounds out the top 5, 8 gold medals with 10 silver and 8 bronze, 26 medals in total. That's going to be your top 5. I think, I think that's going to be your top 5. France could win a gold medal in these final events. If they do, then that changes a little bit. But that's pretty much your top 5. Not going to be much turnaround here. Not going to be much difference in that top 5, other than maybe France getting into the top 5 there after all the events end there. One of the events, France will not win a medal because they're not in it, and that is the U.S. versus Canada matchup for men's hockey. It is the gold medal match. That will start at 8:10 a.m. this morning, in 30 minutes from now. Canada versus the United States, 8:10 a.m. matchup. Of course, it was Canada versus the United States in ice hockey for the women's gold medal match. And the United States won that one 2-1 in a fantastic gold medal matchup. And I think this is going to be the same thing. I think this gold medal matchup is going to be just as good as the women's one. I think, if I had to guess, I think the United States will win this one. Unfortunately, Canada got some bad injury news recently. I think today, actually. I think it just broke a little bit ago that Sidney Crosby will not play in this gold medal match. He will not play. So that's a huge hit for Canada. Huge hit for Canada. So I think this matchup is going to be close regardless. I think Canada will fight tooth and nail to get this win, but I think the United States will pull it out there at the end. So we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Again, that game gets underway in 28 minutes from now. All right. Well, that's your little bit of a sports update. Your gold medal count there. Medal count for the Olympics. We'll give one, more sports update. That's for the Red Sox. Their spring training continues today, 1:05 p.m. At home. So they will be back at JetBlue Park to take on the Toronto Blue Jays, and that will be at 1:05 this afternoon, and that should be a good one as well. They have started 2-0 so far, destroying Northeastern, which I think everyone expected them to do, and beating the Twins 7-2. They did very well against the Twins. They struggled a little bit there in the first half of the game, but the second half of the game they really turned it on, and getting a bunch of huge hits and a bunch of runs, and they were able to beat the Twins 7-2 yesterday. So they take on the Blue Jays today. That should be a good matchup. They're back again at JetBlue Park, so they go from one side of Fort Myers back to the other, and then back to the other side of Fort Myers. So 3 matches in a row where they're in Fort Myers. But so that should be a good game today, 1:05 p.m. So there you go. And joining us, finally, here with us is Don. Good morning, Don. We were just talking about the Olympics. We want to again give a congratulations to the country of Norway for winning the Olympics. We were talking about the men hockey matchup today, the gold medal matchup. That starts in about 25 minutes from now. Also obviously talked about the weather as well, and the Red Sox. But good morning, Don.
Good morning. Good morning. I had a button for a few things down at the house. I have to go in and do some deliveries. Got some hills I want to take care of with the oil truck, so I'm gonna get those before the silly fun starts.
Yes.
So that's why I'm
The fun.
sorry you missed me, but yeah, I got to make sure everything's taken care of before, because once the weather starts, I'm not gonna be able to get out there and do as much now. So I'd say one other thing too, I think a lot of people should keep in mind is heat vents. Try to keep them clear. Last snowstorm we had was a fluffy snow, so it's light. This is going to be wet snow, so it's going to really pack up next to the houses, and it's going to be like, it's going to look like wallpaper paste with the wind. It always does. It's going to be snow everywhere. Windows. It's going to be so. Also make sure you have some lock spray or whatever in case your locks freeze and get into your vehicles. And if you have to go drive, just be really careful. One trick I've always learned driving, and it does work, as long as you don't go into the snow too much. If you're on a slippery hill and you think you're going to slide, what I always try to do is first of all, I don't try to get myself in that position. But sometimes the snow dumps fast, and you wanted to be off the road, and it just snowed too much, so you're in a situation where now I'm on the road, it's covering fast, going down a hill. Put your passenger's tires just enough on the snow that's already on the ground, because the snow will stop the friction from sliding. If you're in the middle of the road and but you got to make sure you got to be careful doing it. If you're not careful, then stay on top of the hill. Don't take a risk. Don't slide down and go through a house. I have to make that decision every day, but we try not to be on the road when it's bad. But if it snows, and we're talking, they say in 4 o'clock, if you can get going fast and you get nasty and ugly really quick, just try to get off the road, but just be careful. That's a tip I do when I go down the hill. I just kind of just hug my front tires just on the hard snow, and that keeps the truck from sliding in the middle. Because once you go into a slide and you have weight on you, done. You have no steering. You just luck at that point. You don't want to relegate your driving skills to luck, or just don't even go down the hill. Put it aside. I don't know.
7:47 a.m. Let's take our last commercial break, and when we'll come back. We'll do a couple of local news stories here to end the show today. 508-822-1106 is the number, and we'll be right back.
St. Vincent de Paul of Sacred Heart Church in Middleboro serves the residents of the towns of Middleboro, Lakeville, Carver, and Rochester. Our base of operations is in the lower level of the parish hall on Oak Street, directly across the street from Sacred Heart Church in downtown Middleboro. At this time, we serve approximately 500 families in our service area, and many of them come to us for various types of aid. This can take many forms and include many of the following programs: utilities and rent assistance, agency referrals, clothing and furniture vouchers, and temporary lodging. For more information, go to svdbmiddleboro.org. May the good Lord bless you and keep you safe.
I like that commercial. I think I did a great job on that one.
We do good job on every time.
Matthew Mission Food Pantry helps people with food insecurities from the hardships of life. In a few short years, they have given more than 4,000 bags of groceries
How'd the read
to
go?
those
Good?
in need at the north
Yep.
door of the First Parish Church, 76 Church Green, and are available to anyone, no questions asked. The demand increases
That's
every
Goddess
week.
morning.
Please consider a donation
Yes,
of uninspired, non-perishable food items.
I'm gonna park it right next to the garage. Hopefully, we don't get an insane amount of snow before you get home.
No, I'm getting off the road.
Or
I'm,
by Venmo at Matthew Mission.
I'm gonna see what I got. I might just
The
work, but
Matthew Mission Inc. is a
I'll be done
registered
by
501c3 organization.
and then I have to run down to get Tom's truck.
The Matthew Mission
Yeah.
Food Pantry is now open the second and fourth Saturdays
Oh, whatever. I'll
at 76
even
Church
snow on
Street
it.
in
I'll
Taunton.
put it away.
Okay, no problem. All right, let's see here. 320. We want 320. Come on. 320. And we're back. It's 7:50 a.m. here. 508-822-1106 is the number to call in if you want to call in. Talk about what's on your mind this morning. It is February the 22nd, 2026. And it is a beautiful but cold Sunday morning. Beautiful meaning it's not snowing out there. Unfortunately, we are going to get some snow and apparently a lot of it. So that stinks, but hopefully there's light in the tunnel after the snowstorm. We'll see. We'll see what happens in March. If I did have to say one piece of good news with this snowstorm, the temperatures. The temperatures are not going to be bad. They're really not. Maybe at night, don't go out there at night if you're going to be going out. If you have any plans at night, I would, for Tuesday and Wednesday, I would reschedule those. It'd be cold, about 10 degrees. Again, not.
It's gonna be 10 degrees?
Yeah, nothing. I don't think anything like the weather we had in the last snowstorm, though.
Well, the last snowstorm, even though we got a lot of snow, it wasn't a heavy snow.
No.
Okay, and the cold made it so it wasn't slushy.
Yeah.
So it knocked down the ice factor.
Yeah.
With this kind of storm,
This is the opposite.
this is the worst storm you can have.
Yeah, this is the
I
opposite.
mean, it can be 25 degrees. I'd rather it be 5 degrees and have a snowstorm.
Yeah.
Because you don't have it's not heavy, and you got to worry about elderly people out there shoveling.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you always hear about heart attacks and health issues from people, back issues, people having heart attacks. Just think it out before you go out there and start shoveling. It's not worth your life. I know you want to get your stuff cleaned up or whatever, but I mean, I'd rather be locked in my house than dead. So if you feel like you have chest pains and you haven't been feeling good, I wouldn't get out there. Try to get someone to help them. If you have the money, try to pay somebody. I know it isn't like when I grew up, because when I was a kid, I walked around all day knocking on people's doors and asking people if they want a shovel for $5. That's not really the case these days. But if you feel you're not up to par, please don't go out there and risk your life and risk your back. Okay? There's always another way. It's just some people just need to get cleaned out. I understand that.
Yes.
But you don't want to have any kind of cardiac issues.
So the thing with this snowstorm is the temperatures are going to help us a little bit with melting this snow.
Yes, exactly.
Early on, and then it's really going to help us later in the week. Again,
You don't want it too much.
next
though.
week, yeah. It sounds like we're gonna though, unfortunately, with that, because hopefully we don't get flooding, but unfortunately the temperatures, well, fortunately or unfortunately, however you look at it, it's gonna be 50 degrees next weekend. So we'll see what the melting does. We'll see how it melts. Again, too much melting too quickly is a problem. Yes. So we'll see what happens. But it sounds like the sun is going to help with the melting.
Well, an overnight melt is better because it turns everything to fog. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's a gradual melt. Having the sun beat on it at 50 degrees, now that's just turning into
that's
just turning into water. That's just turning into flooding.
That's what we're going to have next week.
Well, we'll see. First of all, let's see how much snow we get.
Yes, exactly. We could get 12 inches, or we could get 24. It's really, I have no idea what we're going to end up getting.
I know one thing. I know a couple of people on the Rosendale Hills that'd be happy to see me today.
Yes. Yeah.
There's people out there that remember the blizzard of '78, and they live on hills. And you got to show up and I give them 110 gallons, which they have plenty for the next 2 weeks. It's psychologically planted, and we're at the end of February, so unless we have really different occurring March weather, I can't see that cold coming back. But you know what? Don't rule it out either. Don't rule it out.
Don't rule it out. This winter has been interesting. Don't rule it out.
I mean, we're getting number 2 here. Big number 2.
And apparently we're getting more snow after this. I don't know how much we're getting.
What do you mean after this?
We're getting another snow after this.
When?
We're getting 2 days of snow, Wednesday and Thursday.
No.
I don't know how much, and it's going to be warmer than it is now. So it's probably the accumulations are probably going to be a lot less with this snowstorm. One of the forecasts I was looking at, it looked like that the South Coast was going to be getting a mix. So
a couple days, Wednesday, right?
On Wednesday and Thursday.
All right.
Wednesday or Thursday. I'm not sure the timing of this next one.
Let's get
through this one first.
All right.
Let's get through this one first, and then we can talk about the timing of the next one. But it looked like early on, from what I saw, I think it was yesterday, that the South Coast was going to be getting a mix with this next one.
For Wednesday.
For the next snowstorm.
All right.
Yes. Okay. So, all right. Let's move on from the weather. I've been talking about the weather most of the show.
Well, that's all people are talking about.
I know.
That's all people care about right now. They don't care about anything you have to say but the weather.
Let's move on.
All
Let's talk about this here to end the show today. Calling all volunteers. Help is needed to construct a living willow fence along the Nemasket River. A volunteer event to plant a willow fence along the river to protect the river's water quality is in need of extra hands and help. The fence installation that'll take place from 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. on March 14th at the Oliver Mill Park in Middleboro. The project is a collaboration between the town Commonplace Landscape and Planning and the Southeastern Regional Planning and Economic Development District. That's SERPED. During the event, SERPED, yeah. SERPED.
I like it.
During the event, volunteers will install a living willow fence by weaving willow rods together into a fence structure that will self-renew as it grows. Interesting. Volunteers will work together through the day, weaving willow rods that will help guard the edge of the stream bank. The fence will help protect water quality by reducing erosion and through the uptake of pollutants in the water. Registration is required for all participants and can be done at this link, and they give a link on this article, and you can go to Nemasket Week and look up this article for that link. Anyway, volunteers can help out for the whole day or just a few hours. And they give an incentive as well, free pizza. So if you go, you get some free pizza.
Where? Where's the pizza?
I don't know
That's big.
where the pizza's gonna be from. I don't know where the pizza's going to be from, but you get free pizza. That's a huge incentive to go and do this event.
But you're picky about your pizza.
I am. Yeah.
So when
there
you
are
want
other people who aren't, though. There are other people.
Well, a lot of people aren't
who
showing up.
just like pizza.
Well, some people aren't just showing up for the pizza.
Well, of course
they want to
not.
help.
Of course not.
I mean, they got to throw a pizza on.
But some people,
But if it's good pizza,
will show up.
Yeah.
If they know that they're going to get lunch as well, and to help the community. Well, that's a bonus.
Pizza's nice.
A bonus. The pizza's a bonus.
Yeah.
You're getting a free lunch. It's not it's an incentive kind of. The event is kid friendly, but only recommended for children 8 and older. So there you go.
So
11 a.m. on Saturday, March 14th.
So if I had a kid, it was 7 months, 7 years, 11 months, and
Unfortunately, he
29 days.
can't come.
I think I may go sneak him in. His birthday's next week. Can I bring him? I think it'll be all right. No, they just don't want little,
No, they don't want kids running
They don't
around.
want little infants because it's around water.
Exactly.
So I mean, I understand
Yes.
that. I mean,
So not only are you helping the community, but you get pizza, and again, you help the community while getting pizza.
You know what?
And it's cool.
That's cool about the pizza, but coming from you, I don't, because you're just a pizza.
I
You're a
am-
pizza snob.
I am
You are a
very
pizza,
bad.
You are a pizza. I got yelled at by him that I brought him pizza and he didn't like it, and it was my fault.
Very
and
bad.
I was like, I'm trying, John. I'm really trying. And every time he'd yell at me, like it was my fault that I brought him back. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what your taste is. Okay, so I take him to one place and I just keep him happy. You have to drive 50 miles to take him there. I just don't have to listen to him.
So hopefully this event gets
No, be good. Yeah,
gets strong attendance because again, it's
is there anybody you can
helping
call?
the community.
Is there anybody you can call to find out?
I don't know. I
Maybe
will
you're
have to
pushing
look
a little bit.
I will have to look this up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna look this up.
Who's it run through?
It is run through. I will tell you off the air. We're out of time.
We can't tell people.
I already said. It's in the article. I already talked about it. But I'll tell you.
Why can't you tell other people?
Because we're late.
Yeah,
I gotta get off the air.
I mean, can't you just tell people real quick? That'd be nice.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe they're paying attention like me.
Okay. Collaboration between the town, Commonplace Landscape and Planning, and the Southeastern Regional Planning, SERPED.
Okay,
Yeah.
sure, okay.
Anyway,
That's that cool name.
yes. Okay. I guess I'll have to try to contact someone from SERPED.
Serpent.
Yes. So we'll
Get somebody from Serpent on
we'll
the
try to
end.
get someone from SERPED
It-
on this Friday. I'll see if I can get them on for this Friday. That would be great.
Well, try.
Because I do have an
Is there
guest.
a number?
Hold on, Don. Let me finish. I do have a guest on for this Friday during the second hour. Alan Frawley will be calling in. I don't have a guest on for the first hour, so that'd be a good guest on for the first hour. Anyway, what was the question, Don?
Nothing. We gotta go.
Yeah, we gotta go. It's 8:02. We definitely have to go now. All right. Thank you, everyone, and stay tuned. I'll be back on the air tomorrow with Middleboro Matters. Bye bye.
We are AM 1530, WVBF, Middleboro, Taunton, and W259DD, Middleboro Center, 99.7 FM, your hometown radio station.
Breaking news this hour from townhall.com. I'm Michael Harrington. Emergency officials in New York City, New Jersey, Boston, and other communities along the Upper East Coast are rushing to prepare for an intense winter storm forecast to arrive later today and tonight. The National Weather Service has increased its assessment of the potential severity of the storm. Just days ago, it was anticipated to be relatively mild. Now, some places up north could get 2 feet of snow. A former Obama advisor issues a bizarre vow if Democrats take back power.
Susan Rice warned that a future Democratic administration will seek to hold accountable corporations,
All right.
institutions, and elites who supported Donald Trump. Rice emphasized that there will be, in her
Bye,
words,
everybody.
no forgive and forget approach. She's signaling subpoenas and an